What's up, y'all? So this is Kyle. This is my music director. He plays like every instrument in the band. And we just talked through the set because we didn't know what we were playing right now. We're gonna play a couple songs, and yeah, I'm so excited. Is anybody coming to the show tonight? With Michael W. Smith? Yeah. Does anybody know about that? Everybody knows about it. We're playing in Christ Community Church. Oh, boom. Sweater. Crushing it. Crushing life. Christ Community Church tonight with Michael W. Smith, which is crazy. Has anybody heard of him? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. We're excited. We're so excited to be here. This is so fun. Thank you guys for being here with us too.
Yeah. We're excited to be here.
I feel like I need to do one of these.
It's a 360.
It's a full 360.
You take like 2 steps that way though.
Yes.
There's a rock.
Oh, there's a rock. It's another friend there. Great. But yeah. You guys want to hear some songs?
Yeah!
Awesome. Well, this first one I get. Oh, you're just here to talk. You know what? I would honestly love that. Well, if you guys know these, maybe we can sing them together, yeah? Okay, cool. This first one's called Never Too Far Gone. I have loved you from the start. I have seen your hurting heart. Woo! And you feel so lonely, but you keep on hiding, 'cause you feel so guilty for what you've done. But there's no distance too far, I can't reach you. There's no place that's so dark, I can't find you anywhere that you are. Take a look at these scars. Oh, I love you. Doesn't matter what you've done. You were never too far gone. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, you have run down every road, and you lost your way back home. Woo! And you feel so dirty, you know you're unworthy, feeling undeserving of any love. But there's no distance too far, I can't reach you. And there's no place that's so dark, I can't find you anywhere that you are. Take a look at these scars. Oh, I love you. Doesn't matter what you've done. You were never too far gone. Come on. Hey, yeah. You will never outrun my love, my love, my love. You will never outrun his love, his love, his love. You will never outrun my love, my love, my love. You will never outrun my love. No, there's no distance too far. There's no place that's so dark, I can't find you anywhere that you are. Take a look at these scars. Oh, I love you. Doesn't matter what you've done. You were never too far gone. Yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. You guys sound great. Thank you guys so much. Oh man, hey, has anybody here seen me play before?
No.
Yes. Anybody? No. Yes. Yes.
I've seen you a few times.
Yeah, I know you guys have seen us a couple times. That's awesome. Man, well, that's fun. That's so great. How did you guys find out? Was it from Caleb?
Yeah.
Text messages. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're a part of the texting family. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah.
And we want to do more things like this, in the future. So, we will keep you posted. You can encourage your friends. That's going to be the way to find out is through our texting for fun Sunday afternoons like this. So, thank you again, guys.
Big thanks to Caleb for making this happen. This is so much fun. So this next one, just like a little backstory. So basically, I became a dad 20 months ago. And my wife and I had a little girl, and her name is Jolie. And so a couple months before Jolie was born, I was sitting in a room with a producer and one of my other dear friends who we write songs together all the time. And they both have little girls too. And so I wasn't quite a dad yet, but they kind of were giving me all kinds of schooling on what dad life was going to look like. But as we kind of continued down our conversation, we started talking about what the world was going to tell our girls as they grew up into women. And it just kind of destroyed me, because we started talking about stuff like she's not going to be pretty enough or skinny enough or smart enough, or essentially that the world was going to tell her that she wasn't going to be enough for the standards that they have. And I just sat there and I just said, no, that's not anything that I want her to believe about herself, because that's really just a lie. So I really wanted to write a song that would combat the lie of the world, combat the lies of the enemy, a song that would tell my little girl, and honestly every single person on the face of this planet, that we're loved and we're cherished by the creator of the universe, y'all. And that is where our true worth is found, is in Jesus. It's in the blood of Jesus. And so this song is called Beloved. Head full of questions. How can you measure up to deserve affection, to ever be enough for this existence? When did it get so hard? Your heart is beating, alive and breathing, and there's a reason why you are essential, not accidental, and you should read your eyes. You are beloved. Sometimes a heart feel like a heavy weight. It pulls you under all the way. Is anybody gonna hear you call? Oh, but there's a purpose under the surface, and you don't have to drown. Let me remind you that love will find you. Let it lift you out. You are beloved. I wanted you to know you are beloved. Let it soak into your soul. Oh, forget the lies you heard. Rise above the hurt and listen to these words. You are beloved. Man, well, this is awesome. Golly. And plus we're about the river. That just kind of makes this full circle, doesn't it? Oh, there's a duck. He doesn't look very amused.
He hasn't moved either.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, maybe somebody should go check on him. What? Should we play that song? Yeah. You're super cute. That's awesome. You just come from soccer practice? You're gonna do it after this. That's amazing. I grew up playing soccer too. I love soccer.
Me and my brother are gonna go.
That's awesome.
You mean football, right?
Oh, sorry. Not here in America. Everybody would be like, what? But man, that's awesome. So is everybody from this area here?
No.
Where's everybody from?
Outside of Chicago.
Outside of Chicago. North side of Chicago. Where at?
Cicero and Fullerton.
Okay. Okay, cool. How about anywhere else?
Aurora.
Naperville. Where's Naperville? My wife is from Naperville.
Oh.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's awesome. In fact, Naperville, everybody's from Naperville today. It's crazy. Not everybody.
5 blocks away.
We drove an hour.
5 blocks away. He's like, we walked here. An hour and a half. Really? Where are you from?
Oak Forest.
Oak Forest? Okay, an hour and a half. Anybody an hour and a half away?
Hour away. Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake? Okay. Cool. That's amazing, y'all. Jeez.
Your wife
Thank
from
you.
White Eagle?
What?
Where in Naperville?
I don't know. There's this street with a cul-de-sac. And it backs up to a junior high called Madison. You know where Madison Junior High is? No? Churchill Elementary. I know she went there. Okay. I'm making stuff up, actually. No, that's awesome. Wow, it's so beautiful today.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting this. I wore a jacket,
Yeah.
like, you know. This is weird.
I can still use a jacket, probably.
Oh, yeah. Kyle's from Phoenix, everybody. So if it's like 80 degrees, lower than 80 degrees, Kyle's freezing. So, yeah. Which you guys don't know anything about that.
Barbecue weather.
Barbecue weather. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, that's awesome. Well, maybe, okay, so we've got one more song. Maybe we'll play it, and then if you guys have any questions or anything, you guys can ask. I'd love to do that. I love this kind of stuff so much. But this last song we're gonna do, you know, it's really like been a song that's it's really changed my life, you know. And I don't really say this very often, but you know, I know that people have dreams in their lives. They have things that they aspire to do in their life. And I've got to say, this song is one of those songs where it's kind of a testimony for me of the fact that when you give everything, and I don't mean just like a little bit, but you solely rely on giving God everything you have, He will do more with that thing than you could ever do on your own. And this song is seriously just a huge testament to it. Really 2.5 years ago, I was reading the verse of the day on my Bible app, and it was John 7:38 that I read that morning, and it said, "Whoever believes in me will have rivers of living water flow from within them." And truly, what that verse talks about is really what the cross has accomplished over all of our lives, that we have rivers of living water, which is the Holy Spirit that runs within us. That's our constant communication with God. And the fact that we have this amazing opportunity every single day to go down in amazing grace and arise up being made new. Every day we can be new. And it's all because of the cross. Man, and if you guys know this one, it might be fun to sing it today. It's called The River. I know a place where we can go to lay the troubles down, eating your soul. I know a place where mercy flows. Take the stains, make it whiter than snow. And like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. Living water that brings the dead to life. Oh, we're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Alright, I've seen it move in my own life. Took me from dusty roads into paradise. All of my dirt, all of my shame, drowned in the streams that have made me born again. And like a tide, it is rising up deep inside a current that moves and makes it come alive. In the water that brings the dead to life. Oh, come on! We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. We'll be changed. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Say, let's go down. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's go down. Ooh, ooh. Let's go down. Let's hear you sing it. Come on. We're going down to the river, down to the river, down to the river to pray. Let's get washed by the water, washed by the water, and rise up in amazing grace. Let's go down, down, down to the river. Church, let's go down, down, down to the river. Gonna go down the amazing grace. Gonna go down the amazing grace. Thank y'all so much. Whew, man. So what's going on? Did everybody go to church this morning? Yeah. Awesome. We literally woke up on the bus, and it was so funny because this morning, one of the guys that on our bus walked up and he goes, everybody was just hoping that everybody would come in the church and go to service this morning. We were like, oh man, because we all basically like to do church together as a community on the road. It's kind of a big thing. Like we often do it like on Road Show and Winter Jam. We do like Jam Church, Road Show Church, and on this one we tend to like just kind of do it within the crew, and it's kind of fun because I don't know if you guys have ever done like a small group thing, but there's something really awesome about being in a smaller group together and being able to be super honest and vulnerable with each other. Because sometimes, you know, you go to a church and you feel like you're going to go and you're going to get fed, right? But sometimes you feel like you kind of just want to talk to somebody. I don't know if I'm the only one, but sometimes I love to go and just say, hey man, like, I'm just not okay today. You know, like, I'm tired, I miss my family. And that's one of the beautiful parts about being able to do this with some of my best friends in the entire world. We get to just be vulnerable and real with each other and honest, and really be what I really feel like the church was designed to be together. So man, I'm so glad you guys got fed today. We did too. Anybody have any questions?
In front of you.
Yeah.
What's your ethnic background? Lisa's been wanting to know.
I am Spanish, and my mom is like Irish and Greek and German, and all kinds, but my dad's Spanish, so kind of a halvesy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be a Christian singer?
I never wanted to sing in my entire life, actually. So I really wanted to play drums, and when I was like 13, the worship leader for our youth group didn't show up, and I was playing drums, and my youth pastor was like, "Hey, you know all these songs, you should sing them." And I said, "That's hilarious." And then I ended up doing it. And he just, my youth pastor was huge in my life, and he spoke really into it that morning. He just said, "Man, like, I know you hated doing that, but like there was a huge anointing on you, and I think you should continue doing this." So that kind of just grew into writing songs, and I was actually in a metal band for 5 years.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that.
Like a headbang band?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something a lot of people don't know. My senior year, I started touring in that metal band. We were a Christian metal band. Well, more along the lines of like Christians in a metal band. But I will say this, it really kind of set a fire in my heart for sharing the gospel on stage. There's nothing quite like getting to talk to people about Jesus who don't know Jesus. And so we got to do boat tons of that out on the road, playing, at, crummy little venues and theaters around the country, and that was exciting. And so I think that kind of led me into just that passion of being able to do that, and that's really what inspired me to, when that was over, and I actually was a worship leader at a church for a year, and I had stopped touring, and felt like the Lord continued to give me songs, and so that was really the inspiration behind just feeling like the Lord kind of placed that in my heart, and that's what took me to Nashville, and it's what brought me here.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
Your pastor was right.
Hey, you know what? He was right. Yeah.
Did you play part of Don't Lose Hope?
Yes. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Yeah. It's in G. Yeah. I think. Here, let me see.
That's not a question. Well, I guess it is a question.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah. I can't remember.
The first line's everything I have is empty, and that will never be enough. For all the love that you've given, I could never give up.
Oh man, she's asking for a song that literally was like 5 years ago. It was like the first solo record I ever did, and it's the last track on the record. I'm trying to think. Let's just do can we do the chorus, Anna? Is that okay? Okay. Don't lose hope, never let go of all that can change you. Don't lose hope, never let go of all of the things you'll do. Don't lose hope, never let go of all that can change you. Never let go of all of the things you'll do. She's been asking me to do that for so long, and I forgot the last time we were with you, and I should have actually remembered like the entire song. But I'm
It's my
sorry.
fault.
It's Kyle's fault.
Sorry.
Sorry, Anna. Yeah.
how did you meet your wife?
Okay, you guys ready to stand for a minute? No, I'm just kidding. So my wife and I met on vacation, and she was 14, and I was 15. So she was from Naperville. Her dad worked for WGN. I don't know if anybody knows that. And so he actually did a lot of radio stuff too. And so they were looking to relocate there. And my mom, the business she works for, is based out of Phoenix. And so we both stayed at a resort called the Biltmore there. And we met at the pool. They had a movie at the pool, and we watched 13 Going on 30. And I thought she was really pretty, and I was there with my best friend, one of my best friends, and I was just like, I really want to go talk to her, what should I say? And he was like, I don't know. So I just walked over there and I was like, you look really familiar, where are you from? And she was like, I'm from Naperville, Illinois. And I was like, I'm from California. And I said, bye. And I don't know, probably halfway through the movie later, she ended up floating next to me for a minute, and she goes, so, did you come to talk to me, or did you just, want to ask where I was from? And I was like, oh. And, so we ended up talking, we hung out for almost 2 weeks at the resort. I like to say that we actually fell in love. And so she actually wrote on a piece of paper the day that I left, someday I'm going to move to California and marry you, the last day that we were together. And 7 years after she wrote that note, we got married in California. Wow. So we dated long distance for almost 5 years. And then she moved to California. We got engaged a year after that, got married the year after that. And we've been together for 13 years, and we will have been married for 6 in November. So, yeah.
When did you come to know the Lord? When did you make that decision?
Gosh, I got asked this last night. Honestly, I said the prayer when I was 8. But man, I don't think I really actually, my relationship with God sunk in until my junior year, really. I remember vividly saying the prayer with my parents in my house in California, and it wasn't until junior year I actually started questioning what I believed. I excelled a lot in science while I grew up, and a lot of what biology and physics teach us is really opposite of what the Bible teaches us, and so I remember my parents really in a very lovingly way said, hey, you have to figure out what you believe in. We believe in the Bible, and we believe in what it tells us, and we believe that that's truth. So now you read the Bible and you figure out what you think is truth. And so I really sunk into the gospel, and that was probably the year that my relationship, I think, with the Lord really started, because I really understood what that meant. Man, I really just fell in love with writing songs about Him and about the love that He's shown me and the love story of Jesus. So, yeah.
How did you get into the music business, and do you have any advice for aspiring musicians?
Yeah, okay. This one is kind of hard for me because, so, getting into the music industry was kind of it was, and this sounds, don't think that this sounds like I'm just kind of throwing it away. It's literally a God thing. My wife and I felt a calling to move to Nashville, and we prayed about it for a year, and we felt like we both got the confirmation literally within 2 minutes of each other, sitting on our couch in our little shoebox apartment in California. We moved, and literally within the first